Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another episode of The Public Affair. This is, I think, my first actual recording of 2023. So happy New Year to everybody. Yes, we got the red wine on deck, and maybe I'm slurring my words just a tad because I'm super excited about having these queens back on the show together. Now, before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to thank Rogue Media Network and everybody that's involved with the production of The Public Affair. I truly, truly appreciate you all, and of course, to everybody who likes, shares, subscribe, or just fucking watches the show. I really appreciate you guys. We're going on 3 years, and I'm doing good, okay? I'm really happy, and I'm really grateful to you guys. So thank you guys so much. Now, before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by my boy, David Santabañez with Alinea Real Estate. He's the #1 sales agent in his office to help you buy a home or sell your property, darling. Follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea, or call the number on the screen for all your real estate needs. My boy David is out there still doing it. The #1 agent in his office. Buying a home with him is the most comfortable and pleasurable thing that you'll ever do. David, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. We actually had brunch at Pee-wee's Crab Cakes of Texas with Anika Armstrong the other day, who is another one of our sponsors of The Public Affair, serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. My favorite is the crabby seafood pasta. You gotta substitute the penne pasta with fettuccine. You roll around in it, you get laid. It's amazing. I love it so much. Oh, she's got chicken and waffles now too. Oh my God, it's amazing. 108 Jim Drive in Hewitt, or order online at orderpeeweescrabcakesoftexas.com. Make sure you get the Who Dat sauce. I'm not telling you what it is. Head over there and go find out. Let me know how you like it. Anika, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair, of course, to Parkway National Insurance and my girl Nancy Pulsini, who provides insurance for all commercial trucks and tractor trailers, and also for all contractors along with home and auto insurance. All my contractor friends need to hit her up. Get your jobs insured. Just please do it. Please get your jobs insured. You definitely want to do it. Oh, and if you need an LLC or anything like that too, Nancy's got you as well. Habla español en inglés. Call the number on the screen to Parkway National Insurance and Nancy Pulsini. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Arturo's Frame, where Arturo and Eva de la Cruz, they do wood framing for houses and all remodeling. They also assist you with building a brand new home or a chateau. So if you ladies are in the market and you want your home built, you got to hit up Arturo's Frame. It's Mexicans. It's gorgeous. I saw the pictures. It was delicious, darling. Habla inglés y español. Call the number on the screen for a free in-town consultation, or follow on Facebook at Arturo's Frame. Thank you two so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to another one of my longtime sponsors, Mr. Juan Morales with Waco Fencing and stuff. Now, Juan builds privacy fences and chain link fences for all that perfect extra at home privacy. You know, he's walking around all types of ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. He also does demolitions, builds woods decks, stone patios, and gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous flower beds. You can contact him with the number on the screen for a consultation. My boy Juan Morales has been a huge supporter of the show for a long time, and I truly appreciate everything you do for me, bro. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Like I said, I've been oh my God, I've been looking forward to this recording for like all week since, well, okay. Backstory, right? I was on the phone with one of them and I said, okay, you got to come back on, but who would you want to bring with you? She said, so-and-so, I think she was on your show in the past. I said, absolutely, she fucking was. Bring her. I was so excited. I got 2 queens back on The Public Affair after almost a year and a half, 2 years, at least for one of you guys. Yep. Listen, from episode 45, we have Kalyn Flores, and from episode 65, we have Miss Christina Martinez, 2 of the queens here in Texas and in Waco and Central, in the country. Fuck it. Listen, the white wine, stop it. I haven't eaten shit all day and I already had like, okay. Listen, how are you guys? How are you ladies?
Good.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome back. I'm so excited to have you guys back and together as a power duo. You know, I met you guys individually, okay? Both of you guys have done so many things in this town, so much for me as well. And to have you guys, two powerhouses here together, really means a lot to me. And I'm so excited because y'all be vocal too. Y'all are vocal about business. And I feel like with this episode, we really need to touch on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
People don't understand the shit that we go through. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes.
I think Christina's a little bit more vocal than me, though.
Well, no, she definitely is.
I share it, though.
You share it, yeah. But and like you're a little chill, but you did pop off the other day, which I thought was really awesome. Yes, you did. Okay, which I definitely want to talk about. And you know what I think is so cute? Both of you guys were like, "Oh, we're so nervous." Like we just did this. We were just on.
But it's the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the spotlight.
It's the environment.
It's being recorded.
Yes. You know what? It has been quite a while since both of you guys have been on the show, which really it feels like yesterday. Can I talk to you guys about the individual reception of each of your episodes and what was like post? I never asked that, and I always wonder like what it was like. Kalyn, for you.
I mean, the episode itself was great. I mean, I feel like it definitely, brought a light to who I was as a person, as not only a business owner, but just me and my backstory and like where I came from. I would have people come in and they're like, "Hey, I didn't know like this about you." Or, whatever it may be. So that was kind of cool just to see that people actually did listen to my story.
For sure.
So,
but still some negative feedback has to come with it all the time.
I mean,
right?
I would look under the comments and stuff, and I would see,
there was that one comment. I didn't listen. You told me it's been. I was like, I'll delete it.
But it's removed.
She was like, bitch, it's been in there 2 years. Just leave it.
But I feel like no matter what, you're gonna get it. So if it's somebody's either gonna write it or they're saying it regardless.
Yes.
But I try not to really let that bother me. I don't know those people, and most of the time, the people that wrote it or whoever was. It's not from an account that's even real.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I can't take it seriously when I don't even know who it is.
No, definitely. It's bots. And I try to practice that, Kalyn, because, you're really not supposed to let shit like that get to you.
Right.
Shit
It's
like that,
hard.
it be getting to you. I'm not going to lie.
Well, we talked about that the other day.
We did
too.
talk about that the
It's
other day. And I
hard.
definitely want to get into it because, it's something real that happens with all of us. And and like I said, you two ladies are very successful and you guys are both vocal. Well, more Christina. Christina's a firecracker. She don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Look at her. She don't. Okay.
I'm a little Latin fire.
I'm a professional firecracker.
No, you are a professional, but you know what, Christina? You pop your shit, and that's what I like about it, though. You know what I mean? Because you do give it straight. And it's true. The things that she's saying is absolutely true. What was the reception like for you when you were on the show?
I got a lot of good feedback.
Yes, your story was
because
powerful.
I feel like it was an introduction to the Waco area. Even though I'm from here.
Right.
A lot of people messaged me. I gave a lot about my past.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, "Oh my God, I can relate to that. I didn't even know you went through that." So
Sure.
It was pretty good. Like I really enjoyed being on the show.
Oh, I'm really happy. Well, I hope you guys are going to enjoy it this time too. Okay. Yes. You know what? There's just so many things that I want to touch on. It's like I said, you and I had we're going to jump right into it. You and I had a conversation the other day, and I feel like the three of us, in all due respect, are very successful. We worked very hard to get to where we are today, and people see that aspect of it, and everything looks glamorous, and they're happy, and they're this and they're that. Everything must be together, but we still deal with. I mean, I think it's fair to say we all deal with negative shit behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
Is that correct?
Struggles. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I try to be the person where I'm just like, I'm never gonna let it get to me, and I'm just not gonna read it. But then everybody screenshots something and they send it to you, and it's like, fuck, leave me alone, And you and I had a really good conversation. I want to tell you how much I appreciate that. Kalyn give you the truth. She's like a therapist in business. I call her my business therapist. No, well, she gave me good advice,
Yeah.
But let's start with you, Christina. You did kind of pop your shit on social media the other day. You know what I mean? And in terms of how the business was being run, or I don't want to misquote you. You know what I mean? But maybe people quote unquote wasting your time, or didn't want to pay for the services, and So can we talk a little bit about that and what was going on and your perspective behind it?
Yeah, in regards to, I deal with a lot when it comes to credit repair services, and I also own a commercial cleaning business. So I kind of feel like I get hit both ways all the time, and I think everybody who's a business owner is always going to get that. But
yeah, for sure.
For me, it's more of like if you're going to own a business, know what you're walking into.
Yes,
it's not like you said. On social media, everybody looks, oh my God, they're doing so good.
Right, for sure.
You're really like crying behind the scenes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Crying every day.
That's the difference of like letting people see what you want them to see versus letting them see the reality.
Exactly.
I think Christina is more of that reality. She will post the real and the raw and her struggles. And I love that about Christina.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a little bit more reserved about the things that I go through and the struggles that I have. And I'm not opposed to that either, but I do wish that I was a little bit more vocal so people didn't just see the glamour.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, well, she's got it all together, because I definitely don't.
No, for sure.
I definitely don't.
I tell everybody, nah, I'm in debt like you are, bitch. Don't even. It's terrible.
It's definitely hard. And that's why I feel like I'm so vocal on social media, because if you go on Instagram, you're just scrolling and you're like, oh my God, I wish, I wish I was living their life. But you don't know what they're going on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
don't know what it is. So for me, it's like, if you're going to own a business, just move with honesty, move with, integrity. And just do shit right.
Treat people how you want to be treated, more importantly.
Yes, for sure.
Because we all are human.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, I might need you.
Yes.
And then the tables turn.
Absolutely. And it's unfortunate with the power of like the world that we live in terms of social media. Like, I can sit here and say that Kalyn is a coke whore and she did coke out of my ass on the show, and everybody's going to believe it. Okay. Well, I got my side piece to do some gay shit the other day, and it was really great, actually, by the way. Just side note, because you said that. It was beautiful. I got to convince him. And I was
for letting us know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys know. Okay. We're not covered. I'm just saying, because
that's a different podcast.
That's a different podcast. Okay, listen, no, for real. But like, it's I could say one thing about you, and then everybody will believe it. Do you know what I mean? And so, in terms, does being that vocal for you, does that affect you in your business at all or anything? Like, do people like, oh, she's a bitch, I don't want to find her? You know what I mean?
I don't think it does, but I feel like sometimes I am judged more because I am vocal.
Okay.
But what's crazy is I'm vocal, but I have a really soft heart.
Yes.
So like, I try to help as many people, but sometimes that really comes and bites me in the ass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, I'm vocal for a reason.
Yes.
And, whoever stays, and whoever leaves.
Yeah. Do you have a hard time not being taken advantage of?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why we clicked.
Right.
I want to say the way that our relationship came about is she was posting on social media one day and was like, I want to get into taxes. I don't even remember what your post was about, but it was charging her so much, and she was like,
I was desperate to like start.
And she's like, I really want to like start this business, and I remember like inboxing her, and I was like, do not pay a dime. We're gonna meet for lunch.
Okay.
You don't know me, and I don't know you, but we're gonna meet for lunch. And she drove from Dallas. We met at Union Hall. We sat there for a couple hours. I gave her the rundown, and I said, look, I'm going to sign you up under me this year. It's a little too late. She was already in the process of doing all of her stuff.
Right.
I said, it's a little bit too late, so why not just make some money?
Okay.
Let's make some money.
Yeah.
I signed her up, and she rolled with it. And we've been, it's been our relationship.
Were you skeptical at first because it's somebody that you don't know that's all of a sudden like, because you know what I mean?
Our families,
we know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
my
gonna say,
husband's family knows like her family.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it your dad's side?
Yeah, dad's side.
So, okay.
So like her cousins know,
Okay.
So we knew of
each other. I got you. Okay.
Never, had conversations, and at first it was a little scary because obviously, like, I was still trying to make friends in the Waco area. I like to make friends with business owners.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But you have to also be a little bit weary because not everybody moves with good intentions.
They don't.
And I knew that was going to be an issue. I knew that, approaching her and her not really knowing and maybe even just hearing bits and pieces, because that is a problem too.
Most definitely.
People, like you said, will go with whatever they hear and add their own to it.
Right.
So next thing you know, I've got all kinds of stories about me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But I knew like I was moving with good intentions, and I knew like I wanted what was best for her, and it was for her to figure that out.
Yeah.
If it worked or not.
Isn't Kalyn just great though? you were like one of my only radio sales. Well, I'm not on the radio anymore. Yeah. So yeah, Kalyn was one of my only radio sales. She bought ads just because, or commercials.
Because it was you.
Because it was me, exactly. And it was the best thing ever. And I was like, oh my God, I knew I can depend on her for anything. And then a month after your remote, I quit.
Well,
quit or get let go. Okay, so here's the thing. Let me ask y'all, because y'all are business ladies too, and I've asked this before on the show. But when I was on the radio, I put my 2 weeks notice in, but 3 days later I got let go. So what? Is that fired?
Pretty normal, because at that point it's like, I know that you're not committed anymore. I know that you're probably going to be doing the bare minimum, so might as well just...
No, it was like a bad breakup. I took that shit hard. I'm not going to lie. I was depressed for like 2 weeks.
You're so funny. But this is the conversation that we had the other day, too, is that some of that stuff you got to like roll it off.
Well, yeah, you roll it off. And
you wanted to leave.
Well,
it wasn't like you were
definitely
like, oh my God, I'm so sad. I want to keep my job. You were leaving.
You're right. Well, because things didn't work out the way I thought they were going to work out. You know, I was supposed to be the podcast guy that was on the radio, too. I was supposed to be that person. You know what I mean? The two entities couldn't exist together, much to my surprise. A lot of shit happened behind the scenes, which I have to really watch my words before they sue the fuck out of me. Okay, but
that's another thing. It's hard to take those L's when you really want to go off.
It's hard to take those L's in silence. For sure.
A lot last year, you know, in business, more so my commercial cleaning business. I took a lot of L's behind the scenes.
Oh yes.
Even in my credit repair, honestly, but I couldn't be vocal about it because you know I didn't want to get sued.
Right.
So it's hard sometimes. It is because I am very emotional. Like I'm
for
pissed,
sure.
You're gonna know I'm pissed off.
Yes.
If I'm hurt, you're gonna know I'm hurt because I'm crying.
And all those emotions are probably tears for me. Like I'm gonna cry, happy, sad, mad. All of them.
You know, when I was telling you about the situation that I was going through, I had some negative things said about me on social media not too long ago about somebody who I don't know, actually. And I know a lot of people were mad at that person as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it got the best of me for a little bit. It did, because, you know, how do you respond? People are looking at us, you know what I mean? And I feel like we're put on higher pedestals. And people don't realize like how daunting that feels. Yep. Do you know what I mean? And so at the end of the day, once everything was said and done, I was just like, you know what? You just got to pray for that person. I don't got no beef with that person. I don't know that person. And I'm not going to respond and start a fight with somebody that I don't know. I'm just going to pray that the best for them. Yeah. You have to. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's really hard. Yeah. Kalyn, like for you, in terms of what I asked with Christina and you and dealing with the negativity and stuff like that, I mean, I'm sure you've seen shit. I mean, even when the episode came out, people were making negative comments about you and stuff like that. So what do you do to practice letting that shit just roll off your shoulders? It sounds
practice anything.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I've just had to learn that at the end of the day, whatever I'm doing, it works for me.
Right.
It works for me, and it works for those people that are surrounding me and are supportive of me. And I might not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But I know that I move with good intentions. My heart has good intentions. Yeah. And if you truly know me and have the opportunity to ever get to know me, then you know where I come from. I agree. And you know like how far that I have came. Yes. And you can respect it. Yeah. But it's hard. It's hard because you do want to have that voice and you want people to like hear me out. Like listen to what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, do they really care? No. They don't care.
Yeah. I think some people, you know, they definitely do it in a means of looking for attention. You know what I mean? You just can't feed into things like that. But what people need to understand, like us as entrepreneurs, business owners and stuff like that, you know, I think it's important not to respond. Do you think it's a mistake when somebody does respond?
Yes. I've reached out before and I'm like, take it off. Like,
really?
Take it off.
Really? Okay.
Like, let's not do this. Because at the end of the day, your response could sometimes, it just turns into a
like it gets misconstrued.
Something bigger. Yes. Yeah, and then, you know, screenshots and all this other stuff. So like,
social media
you said it. Yeah. You said it and you can apologize for it all day, but there's somebody out there that screenshotted and then sent it to everybody's group chat. Yes. And you are the center, and then you are no longer the victim. Right, you are now the aggressor.
The aggressor, yeah.
And it's just, what's the point?
I'm happy that you say that too, because I had to really like practice that. You know what I mean? Like I was.
Oh, I can't tell you how many times I done typed up a status
and then just deleted it. No.
We talk about it all the
time.
It's frustrating.
For sure.
Most of the time, the people who are doing the talking don't even know you. Like they've never had a conversation with you.
Never.
Right. I don't know what you sound like.
Yeah,
like
I don't even know what you look like.
Exactly.
And I think I seen a meme about that the other day, and it was like, imagine like hating me and I don't even know who you are.
Oh yeah, it's like I was like, we're talking about that. Yeah.
So.
No, I feel like Christina was okay. I thought you were gonna finish. Okay, no, but like you were saying, half of the time they don't know you and this and that, and they're just passing judgment with you, and it's not the best thing to do. And I have to tell you too, guys, like, listen, I've been in broadcasting for damn near a decade already. I've had the worst shit say about me. You know what I mean? I don't know why this particular day I let it get to me. And I was really hurt. You know, you often wonder, you know, like, you know how celebrities are always getting ridiculed? You know what I mean? Like, there's always a rumor that they're pregnant or something like that. Yeah, and I think like, oh, I wonder how fun that'll be when somebody makes up a rumor about me, you know? And then when it happens, it's like, that hurts. Like, my feelings were hurt. Now, I will have to say, shout out to my support system. I had some really good friends that call me behind the scenes, so you just ignore it. You don't respond to nobody. And to the person, if they happen to watch this, there really is no ill will. If you think there's an issue, you got to reach out to me so we can have a conversation, because it's not even that damn serious. Right. Like, you don't know me, but I would like to get to know you. How about that? You know what I mean? Let's have a conversation. You know, do you guys find and I'm being serious, by the way, if you're watching this, let's love each other, please, God, because I don't need any enemies. You know, do you guys find it, have you had any hard lessons in terms of people who support you? Like, did you guys have any false supporters, like people that you thought, you know, okay, these people are writing for me, this and that, and maybe your friends, and all of a sudden the higher you get, it's like, no, I'm not fucking with you no more. You know what I mean? And how do you deal with something like that?
You know, honestly, and that's a tough pill to swallow.
Absolutely.
It's a tough pill to swallow. Mm-hmm. These are your support system. These are the people that mean the most to you, that you would bend over backwards for. Mm-hmm. But I think we had that conversation the other day, that it's really hard to fill everyone else's cups while also filling your own. And making sure that you are good mentally, physically. So that's kind of where you have to draw that line to be, you know, what's more important. Okay.
And when you're a giver, when you're like a giver.
I'm a giver. And I love to give.
It's hard to be like, draw the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely lost friends. Friends behind.
It's difficult, and I'm really happy that we're having this conversation, because I don't think that people really understand. I think that once they see us build something that's so successful, that we're just like immune to that. Do you know what I mean? Like, nothing can bother us.
You lose, yes, but then you gain these other relationships that like, me and Christina, things that I don't have to talk to you every day.
Yes.
I don't have to talk to Christina every day. I don't have to talk to these people every day. But when we call, it's like nothing changed.
Right, for sure.
I know that I can call and have a conversation without being judged or being, you know, ridiculed, or that my conversation isn't going anywhere else.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I honestly feel, as I became more into business, like, you know, when I first started, I was still I feel like a rookie. Like, you know, but now that I'm headed to year 4 with the cleaning and year 3.
Doing the thing, Christina, I gotta give her props.
I feel like the only people that I can really vent to in business is business owners, because they're the only ones who are going to understand me. So I've had private conversations with Kalyn, like, hey, like, damn, this is how I feel. And I feel like only she would know, because she's going through it. And I have other business owners in Dallas that I only vent to them about certain things.
Right.
Not so much anything against my actual, like, best friend.
Yes, for sure.
You just feel like they're not going to understand that.
You make a good point, too, because I think, you know, I did talk to Kalyn, and then there was a couple of my actual current sponsors that I spoke with, and they are business owners. They are entrepreneurs. You're a business owner. You're an entrepreneur. And so they understood. And at the end of the day, they were like, you know, Andrew, you're above that. And it's just so, we could really just be sitting here not doing shit.
Relatable.
You know,
it's like understood.
Yes.
You don't have, because I do have friends that are, they're ticking time bombs, and I love my friends to death. But I can tell them something and they're like, I'll handle it. They're already ready. They're ready to go to war. And I'm like, like, I don't know.
And then at the end of the day, it's not even worth it, though. Yeah. Because now we're going back and forth.
But you have these people, and it's great that they want to go, like,
they're
willing to go to bat for you. Right. But at the end of the day, like, it doesn't.
Well, that's why, too, like, with the numerous, like, again, I've read things like he's a fag and he's too gay, or, you know, he's this, or he supports.
Is there such thing?
Well, I mean, you know, gay? Well, absolutely. I was too gay on Sunday, I'll tell you that. And then I turned him too gay. Okay. But then, you know, or even in terms of people like that I support, like, I get ridiculed for that. Do you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, let me just do me. Again, I was talking to one of my very good friends who, oh my God, I never thought this would be a person that I would vent to. He's not a business owner. He's a soccer coach, my friend Mauro Maldonado. And I was like, bro, I was playing Call of Duty with nothing on in my living room, living my best life like this, and I still had somebody downing me. And I was like, we can really just be in our own lanes, and people just look to target us. Isn't it funny? Like, the more you achieve, it's like the more somebody gets angry with you. I wonder, like, why? Do you know what I mean? Like, because I don't want to call them jealous. I don't want to call them jealous. I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. I know that's too nice. I don't want to do that. I feel like that.
And I don't necessarily know if it's jealousy.
Yeah.
Or,
Christina's like, bitch is jealousy. Look at that.
Because like everybody is like intimidated by something. And to say you're not, it's a lie. Yes. Everyone is intimidated. Like if you just get on here and you're like, I'm not scared of nothing. For sure. Go with the flow. It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
So maybe people are just intimidated by the fact that like, hey, I would love to start something, or I would love to be in that position, but I am too scared to take that chance or take that opportunity. So maybe not even jealousy, but maybe just that like scared to jump off the porch.
For sure. Okay.
I mean, because in order to be successful, you have to be willing to risk it all. And I'm going to tell you that every day we talk about this. This has been one of the hardest years. And I think every business owner can say that.
Yeah.
This year, not COVID. COVID was great. It was booming.
Okay, really?
This year has been one of the hardest years. And I feel like if you are not willing to literally go all in and risk it all, you're not going to get a return.
For sure. At all. I feel you. You feel
and a lot of people are scared of that. Yes. And I'm scared of that. I'm scared of falling on my ass. I'm scared of losing it all. I am.
Yeah, definitely.
But I know at the end of the day that I have went in too far to turn back.
Yeah, no.
I'm all in.
I feel you. I feel you 100%. Christina, you feel the same way, girl? Because you over there, you look like you're different.
I definitely agree with her. I just feel like when it comes to business, you have to be willing to take risks.
Yeah.
For sure. And know that whatever risk it is, it's either you're gonna do a good ass job, or you might fail.
That's it.
But it's like I posted the other day. Every failure comes with a lesson.
Definitely.
Failure. And so, but if you don't pay attention to it, you're not going to learn from it. You're just going to keep messing up.
Absolutely. You make a good point.
So for me, everything that I felt like it was an L last year.
Yeah.
I literally wrote it
Oh,
out.
yeah, definitely.
Wrote it out and said, I'm not doing this shit again.
You're not doing this again. Okay.
So, it was a lesson instead of a loss.
I
took a lot of losses, but it was also definitely
I will say last year, I did similar. I didn't take any notes, but I was like, okay, I need to maybe not, be involved in this thing anymore. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Oh God. I just have to say too, one thing that really and then we have to go to break, but I just like, one thing that I never could stand is business owners attacking each other. Like that's something.
It's hard.
Yeah, listen, I've been in this business. Podcast will be 3 years old in July, and I've definitely had businesses attack another business, or why are you letting this person support you, or why are you supporting this person? Yeah. Not with just one sponsor, it's been numerous. And so I'm just like, but why are you all like at each other's throats? Like that's something that I don't get.
I'll never understand.
I don't understand it.
I don't.
Yeah.
I only get upset with the ones that I know are in my.
Yes.
The way I see it are wrong.
Yes,
but
for
I don't
sure.
ever sit there and be like, oh, let me at this person.
Right, yeah.
And go off
I don't ever find the need.
I just I'm like, okay, now I know how you move.
That's it.
And you keep
just
it
do
moving.
things different.
And there's no need for me to call you out, or if anything that you're doing doesn't affect me, I don't really care to even talk about it.
There's definitely a lot of people that I've seen go at each other's throats that I really hope that they can come on the show and they can make amends, because it's really not that damn serious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. I can't speak for anyone else, but I know that like I don't conduct my business like that. She doesn't conduct hers.
Girls, I'll tell you what, I've had a podcaster who can't stand me. Like cannot stand me, and I really it's over a misunderstanding, and I really in my heart want to reach out to that person and be like, let's go have lunch or dinner and let's talk about it. I called somebody though and asked if they thought it was a good idea. They said probably not right now, maybe later. Listen, if that person watches this, it ain't that damn serious. Let's have a conversation. It was a misunderstanding. It was a big misunderstanding, and I am definitely willing. Listen, I've learned a lot. I'm not the same person that I was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, Andrew would have been at war with everybody. Bitch, we can do the Twitter fingers, whatever the fucking case. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like with evolution comes growth. You know what I mean? And I just look at things at a different lens now. And this life is too damn short.
And to know that every action has a reaction. So
absolutely.
If you're wanting negative or you're wanting positive, then you have to act.
I don't want to talk to nobody through anybody else. I don't want to tell you what I have to tell him, or I don't want to tell you what I have to tell her. Do you know what I mean? Listen, when this whole little thing happened on social media, I was calling people. Straight up. 2 people called me back. But 2 people called me back. And but at the same time, look, and I'll end with this and then we have to go on break and move on. But if you have an issue with Andrew G, please know that let's just let's just have a conversation. Like I want everybody to know, and I think it's important for everybody to know. Like it has nothing to do with us being entrepreneurs or business owners. At the end of the day, it has to do with us being humans. Do you know what I mean? With feelings. Like let's just put the shit to the side. We're capable of having
bullying and stuff. Like at the end of the day, like you still go home and you still have like feelings.
It hurts you. Yeah,
and it does hurt, and you never know like what you're saying or doing and how you're treating somebody could ultimately result in something tragic.
Exactly.
And who would want to know that somebody that you just recently got into it with and you said all these really hurtful things, but in reality you don't mean them, and then you can't take it back.
I just want everybody to know, like me as a podcaster, you know, I become an entrepreneur, and it ain't that serious. I ain't beefing with nobody. Okay, when you say I heard Andrew got beef with, well, okay, yes I am, probably 2 people from the radio station, but that's different. We have our own things going on. Okay, okay, listen. But at the end of the day, like if y'all don't know me, we can have a conversation. If you have some ill will towards me, but you don't know who I am, feel free to inbox me. My inbox is open. Let's have a real. Now, if you're gonna come at me with the shits and just go off and expect to fight, we ain't doing it. Okay? But if you want to have a conversation, right? Don't you think that that's fair, ladies?
I think it's fair.
Yeah, I think it's fair too. Okay, listen, guys. I definitely want to move on with what you guys have going on right now. I have so much more I want to talk to you guys about. I'm so excited that you queens are here. I love your perspectives on everything, by the way. I'm so happy that we got to talk about that. But we're gonna take a quick little break. Okay, and when we get back, we got more with Kalyn Flores and Miss Christina Martinez here on The Public Affair. We got to refill these wine glasses, girl. I got a little thick. It's time to loosen up, all right? Let's go. We'll be right back here on The Public Affair. Hey, guys, I hope you're enjoying this very awesome episode of The Public Affair with my 2 queens, Kalyn and Christina. Before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by Waco Made Granite with my boy Jay Perez and Henry Flores. They offer amazing granite quartz, countertops, backsplashes, and so much more. Perfect for rentals or for your new home, for your chateau, whatever you want. You need something new and sturdy. I asked them if it was sturdy, Kalyn, so... yeah. Okay, listen, if you mention this ad, you also get the exclusive Public Affair pricing, which is $37 a square foot for level 1 material. Call the number on the screen for a consultation. Follow on Facebook at Waco Made LLC to see all their gorgeous work. Jay Perez, Henry Flores, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Banda's hauling service. With Julian and Ana Banda, they rent dump trailers. You fill it up, they haul it away. They also do junk removals and tree brush removals. Haul cars in and out of town. If you need a tow, they got you as well. Super affordable, super reliable. Book now with the number on the screen to Banda's hauling service. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Being longtime supporters, truly love you both. Oh, of course, to some more queens, Lisette Luna and Amanda Switzer with Embrace Fitness. They teach group fitness classes that are fun and absolutely dynamic, darling. They specialize in total body workouts by Escalate and by Jackie and Zumba Step. Now, classes are Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m., so I don't want to hear no shit talking about you can't go. Those are convenient times, all right? And we're not working, okay? You can also contact them to rent the building out for parties and small events. Lisette Luna and Amanda Switzer, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Maldonado Construction with Gilbert Maldonado. You can call him from all concrete work such as foundations, driveways, patios, sidewalks, retaining walls, and so much more. Follow him on Facebook at Maldonado Construction and Landscaping. Also, if you mention this ad, he'll give you a special discount. Now, Gilbert says that I sound nervous when I do his ads because he's kind of a snack, all right? Hit him up on the number on the screen for a consultation to Gilbert Maldonado. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Sid Rodriguez with Elite Barbershop. Got me looking all good on episode 130, whatever, 33 of The Public Affair. He's located on Hewitt Drive. You can call the number on the screen to book now or download the Squire app. Walk-ins are welcome as well. He also has Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Clint Fletcher, and Isai over there making it look super snackish like I am. You know, Clint cut my hair one time. I got laid 3 days later. It was bad. Yeah, it's great. Elite Barbershop, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, the Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, located at 3304 Franklin Avenue. They offer team, small group, and individual skills training. They also have elite skills training to make your kid a superb star athlete because they are training with absolute professional athletes, darling. They also have open play on Mondays and Wednesdays for ages 16 and older at 8:30 with Morrow. I call him Silly Buns because he's short and he's aggressive and he's a silly buns. Only $5 to play. Follow on Facebook at Soko Soccer Academy, on Instagram at Soko Soccer 254. Dominic, Ariana, thank you guys so much for all you do for me and The Public Affair. I truly appreciate it. All right, guys, we're going to get right back into it. I got the queens. I rolled out the red carpet, dusted off their crowns, and they're back here on The Public Affair. Let's get to it. The Public Affair. I truly appreciate it. All right, guys, we're going to get right back into it. I got the queens. I rolled out the red carpet, it, dusted off their crowns, and they're back here on The Public Affair. Let's get to it. Kalyn, Christina, I just have to thank you ladies so much for being so honest and open about that conversation. Those are hard conversations to have. Yeah. Truly they are. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm so proud of both of you and your respected businesses and the things that you guys have endured, because I know you both on a personal level, you know, whether it was on the show or personal conversations. I just got to say, like, props out to you bitches. I love y'all. You too.
Okay. You too.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, I didn't know I was going to win that fucking award, right?
I wasn't there and I didn't watch, but I heard about your speech. I wish somebody recorded. Did somebody record?
Yes, they did. I have it. I'll send it to you. Yeah. Shout out to DJ Precise. He actually recorded it. Really? And I was so drunk. I was drunk because I didn't think I was going to win. So I was like, I'm just going to get lit.
But I heard that you were like a crowd favorite, that as soon as you walked in, like I've heard this from multiple people, that when you walked in, like, nobody really knew who you were.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, that is true. They were like, who the fuck is this?
By the time you left, everybody was like,
yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I did. I know, like, one other person told me that. I was like, no, you're bullshitting. Now you told me that. Okay, it's probably true.
I'm telling you.
I was talking to everybody. Now, I will say a lot of the people did not know who I was. They're like, well, what do you do? I was like, I have a podcast and it's slutty. You'll listen to it. And I did. I think I thanked my 12-year-old gay self. And yeah, I did. And then I thanked God, because nobody thanks God anymore. You ever notice an award? Listen, I'm going to say that too. I said, no matter how drunk I am, have it in your head. If you win, you have to thank God, because nobody thanks God no more. Listen, I'm not overly religious, but I do believe in God. Yeah, sure. Okay. And then I did. And I think Mike, my producer, was like, did you just thank God? I was like, yeah, I did. And then I went home and I was drunk. Anyway, cheers to that. All right. All right. So listen, you know what? Before we get into the taxes and everything, can I just, I have a question for you. You know, obviously you're a successful tycoon and everything like that. We did have Elevate, which was the smoke shop, which you sponsored with for a long time now. That business is no longer standing. Is that correct? Right. Okay. I wanted to talk to you about this so bad, because it also shows like how not vulnerable we are, but the realism, if that's a word, or the realistic things that happen for us as entrepreneurs. Like sometimes it's a good example of taking that L. I mean, would you agree, or can we talk about how that affected you when you had to shut down those doors?
I mean, so we had it together.
Yes.
Me and him, and
yes.
We tried.
Right.
We tried to hold on to it. It was really hard. Owning a retail spot is hard.
Yeah.
And, you know, not only we had really good employees, so shout out to everybody that you know, helped make Elevate what it was, because if not, we wouldn't have been open, you know, a year and a half, I think is what it was.
For sure.
It was tough. And a lot of times people just aren't supportive because of who you are. And I think that it was a little bit to do with that too.
Really?
Just, you know,
okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Before, we're not everyone's cup of tea.
Right.
But I think we held on for as long as that we could.
Yeah.
Until it was finally, you know, time.
Yeah.
It was time. And closing the doors, it was bittersweet. It was bad. I wanted so badly for that to work, and I wanted it to be something, you know, big for Waco. I didn't want it to be your typical smoke shop. Like, I wanted it to be, you know, nicer, high-end smoke shop. But, you know, it just didn't work out. Yeah.
Excuse me, the wine. How did you take that out? How did you how did you deal with that when you finally realized, okay, I have to close this business down because it's costing me money? Do you know what I mean? Or whatever the case was.
Yeah,
like, we have to, did you feel like people were going to look at you different? Like, what a failure. Like, oh, good for her.
Yeah,
you know
of
what
course.
I mean?
I'm human.
Yeah.
Of course. I have these thoughts of like, are people going to see me as like a loser? And not so much as a loser, but like, oh, she couldn't keep it open. Oh, she couldn't keep this one alive. You know? and that's okay. I couldn't. I can tell you that, like, yes, I wear a lot of different hats, and I am able to, people ask me all the time, how do you do it?
Right.
I don't know how I do it, but I couldn't do that one.
Yeah, I got you.
It was just, you know, trying to go out of town to go shopping, to keep it stocked up, trying to keep people to work at it, along with running a salon, running the tax office. Right. Me and my sister had our online boutique still going, which is still kind of in the works, a little rebranding going on there. Just multiple business locations.
Yeah, for sure.
It just couldn't.
It was just too much for you.
Yeah, I think something like that needs somebody that can dedicate 100%. And I think Christina can. When you're starting a business, you literally have to devote every time, physically, mentally.
Right,
and
for sure. I agree.
Give my all, because my heart and soul is Dollhouse.
Yeah,
I love Dollhouse, and shout out to all of my girls at Dollhouse. That is my heart and soul. And as much as I wanted to be successful and like do other things, I knew that was my bread and butter. So I noticed when I was doing Elevate and focusing more over there, it's like Dollhouse was never got behind.
Right.
But I wasn't giving it my all.
You weren't giving it your all, but and that was more your passion.
Yeah, and
honestly.
It was my passion. Yeah, I love being there. I love being with my girls. I love the environment there. I love, everything about Dollhouse.
Yeah, so
I just knew I had to come to Jesus meeting with myself.
What you said.
And just say, you know what? It's time.
Yeah.
We've put in. It's been a good run.
And those decisions, like those really like tough moments are hard. Like, hard.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can only take so much mentally and physically.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You burn out.
Oh, I agree.
think there were signs. There were signs for me and him, and it was just one thing after another. And we're like, you know what? If we don't see this sign, like, okay, we're blind.
We're done. Yeah. Okay.
Like, we're done.
Well, at some point, you just have to not be accountable, but just like see the realistic thing. Okay, like this is it.
And you know what? Having it in Robinson and then moving it to Waco Drive, I was really like, you know what? That got me down because the Robinson location, we were just getting it off the ground and people were coming and it was great.
Yeah.
We got shut down because we couldn't sell tobacco in that location.
Oh, I see.
So like moving to Waco Drive, I was really like, you know what? This is a positive change. This is a really good location. We just need to use this as a blessing. But to tell you the truth, it was never the same after that. Like that location, it's a prime location for a lot of different businesses, but it wasn't for a smoke shop. For
Elevate, okay.
Yeah, it just wasn't for Elevate.
I don't know. We had a hell of a grand opening party, though.
Yes,
I was on the radio when we did that.
I love doing that type of stuff.
Yes.
And we've got some stuff in the works coming. So
I'm excited. Okay.
Really soon stuff.
Okay. When you say we're talking about you and Christina?
Yeah. We're going to be doing some events pretty soon.
Please get me involved.
Yeah.
Please, I'll do whatever.
Yeah, we're actually going to be setting up pretty soon. Like a really fun day for families. We're going to be doing taxes on site. There's going to be plenty of stuff for the kids to do, food, bounce houses, all that good stuff. So something different for the community. We are really trying to target our Hispanic community, and I'll let Christina kind of touch base on that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know Christina is like super huge on that, which I have to say.
And I love that about her.
Yeah, definitely.
I absolutely love how she loves her people.
Yeah.
I love that. I love her people too.
Oh, no. I have to say, a lot of people are like, Andrew, you do so much for the Hispanic community. I was like, it's because they fine. Like,
it's huge.
Yeah. Well, I think in my perspective, listen, I never tried to. I'm happy that that's what happened. You know what I mean? But I was just trying to do it for everybody. And then for some, I think because I am Puerto Rican, you know what I mean? And that people just gravitate towards me. And there's that meme that says, when you gay as fuck, but the hood fucks with you heavy. And it's like fucking Sailor Moon and a bunch of fucking hood guys, like gangsters and shit. It's so cute. So I sent that to him. He's like, yeah, exactly, bro. We don't give a fuck. Okay. You know what? Okay, so tax season is starting, or it's here, okay? And both of you guys are tax tycoon. Like, so you've been doing taxes for a long time.
Yes.
I did my taxes with a real life person last year for the first time, and it was with Kalyn, okay?
And he almost didn't.
I'm gonna say. I have. Oh, yes, I am. Okay. And this is such a good point. This is why I wanted to bring this up. Okay, just real quick. I did my taxes with Kalyn because I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it with a new person. And one of my good friends, Morrow, he was like, bro, you got to go to a real person. Whatever. Right. So I didn't know. Like, I sponsor things outside of the show. I spend a lot of money like on studio and stuff like that. And Kalyn made the public affairs sole proprietorship. I didn't do what you tell me to. I'm just going to confess right now before we do the taxes. I know you gave me a year to do something. I know. Please don't be mad at me, please. I was busy. Last year was a hard year. You said that, okay? We got it this year. Maybe, no, this year. Please, I promise. Okay, but anyway, she did my taxes. Well, the problem was, with another job, I still work a full-time job. For everybody that wants to know, I do. I had the other job, which we should go unnamed. There was no taxes taken out. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. There were no taxes taken out of any of the checks that I received. And I didn't get the return that I thought I was gonna get, that I normally get. Okay, and so I go home. I was like, well, I'm just gonna go on TurboTax because I always do. No.
I said I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, no. She did. No, she did. I was like, well, because every time I do it I've done it on TurboTax for over 10 years. Okay,
and I do that to all my clients. Anybody that comes in and says they want to, go home, and I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, no, she did. She goes, okay, well, I'll see you in a few. And I went home and did it on TurboTax, and it was nowhere near what she was giving me.
You were owing.
I mean, honey. Yeah. So what she did, Kalyn, do this to your microphone real quick. Yeah, I just want to make sure we can hear your voice, darling. Yes. And so what happened was I went back to her and she was able to say, okay, how much did you spend on gas? How much did you spend on things that you bought for your guests? How much was your studio time? How much did you spend on sponsorships? How much did you do this? Do you have the invoices from this and that? And you did so much for me with the public affair. It really saved my ass this show. Really in terms of the taxes.
You don't realize it.
Yeah.
As a business owner, you're just spending and spending and spending.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, I have to. But in reality, like, at the end of the year, if you're keeping track of that, you can deduct that.
Oh, yes. So,
and you don't think like, yes, you bought us wine today, and we're taking it off on your taxes.
Okay? Yeah, okay.
Keep the receipts.
Well, yeah, you do. Okay, so there's some receipts I didn't keep either. But you know what? We can pull we can, it's going to take a minute, but we're going to track everything. Listen, because even with the coach that I sponsor his soccer team, Maro, I was like, give me a rough estimate of how much money I gave you last year.
Yeah. Most of the time, like, they can. Everybody, nowadays it's so easy to have like QuickBooks or, some sort of accounting software. Yeah. You can do it yourself. It doesn't take a genius. It's just taking the little extra time out to do it.
Because it's important.
Keep your receipts. I have clients that are like that. I will get them from them weekly or monthly or sometimes even quarterly. Yes. And I will get all that stuff like accounted for and done. And sometimes they don't even want to mess with QuickBooks. So I'll log into their QuickBooks and make sure that everything.
We gotta remind me about that. So, with that being said, what are like the biggest misconceptions about like filing tax? Because again, let me tell you something. I was team TurboTax for the longest time, bitch. I was taking a picture of the W-2, like, all right, we good. And I was getting my little $1,000 back last year when she told me how much I was getting back because of the other job that we should have mentioned. I was like, no fucking way. You know what I mean? Right. Hopefully this year's different, but.
So I think the misconception with, using TurboTax, and by no means am I knocking anyone that does their own taxes. But I'm going to tell you that when something happens or you get audited, you can't call TurboTax and get a live individual without having to add on like the audit protection and all that. Yeah, like you can call me at any time. And anybody that knows and has filed their taxes with me knows that they can call me at any time. They can call my business phone. They can call my personal most of the time. Yeah. Message me on Facebook, whatever the case may be. I give you copies. I do whatever it is. Yeah. It's great, but at the same time it is hard because when somebody does get audited or something along those lines, it's automatically the tax preparer's fault. And it's not always the case. So let's say that you come to me and you're separated with your husband and your husband has the kids 100% of the time.
You can have them.
Okay. Just for an example, your kids are all on Medicaid or whatever the case, food stamps and all that good stuff, but you come to me and you bring me their socials and you bring me their birth certificates. I have to go by what you're bringing me. You're bringing me the proper documentation that I need to file the return, right?
Well, you're not Carmen Sandiego either. You're not gonna,
I'm putting the kids on you. Okay. Well, 6 weeks later, you get audited because your husband, who carries these kids full time on Medicaid and food stamps, why are you claiming the kid if your husband has them on food stamps and Medicaid? Okay. So, of course, you call the tax preparer and you're like, you got me audited. Christina got me audited all the time.
Oh, no way. I never thought about that.
It's automatically the tax preparer's fault. Yeah. But I can only go by the information that's given to me. Yeah. So, and it's not my job to say, okay, Andrew, do you have these kids all the time?
I didn't know
Andrew, where do these kids go to school? I need to see, let me see pictures.
Let me see them school IDs.
Yeah, that's just not my job. And if I did, I would have to charge way more. I don't have that kind of time.
Christina, what was because you just started doing taxes, right? With Kalyn?
Yeah, so this is my second year doing taxes.
Okay, so what was it like when you got that phone call when somebody was like, you just got me audited, bitch? Like,
thankfully, it hasn't happened. But what happens is you have to make sure that you're being honest with your tax preparer, because it's so easy to say, well, it's your fault. No, you told me this and that. And I can only, like she said, I can't say, hey, show me these pictures that they was with you all year.
And it doesn't necessarily mean, when somebody doesn't get their return or doesn't get their money or whatever the case may be, it doesn't necessarily mean like your tax preparer did something wrong, and it doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It could be something simple as verification. Okay. It could be something, it's random verification. So it's a call center. The IRS is a call center. There's a million different people. You can call 10 different times and you're going to get 10 different answers every single time. So it's the same way when the returns get processed. So you got somebody that's like, I'm just letting them go by. I don't really care. I'm collecting a check.
I lied. I did have
a client. Then you get one person that's like, oh no, I'm checking every single thing on here. I'm checking kids. I'm cross-checking systems. And you have those IRS workers that do their job to the best of their ability.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That's cool too. So I tell my clients all the time, you might get away with something for 10 years, and on that 11th year, they're coming back. It's just no way. But if you're not doing your job, and the IRS sends out general information. Anytime there's an audit or anytime there's something wrong or a verification, they're sending everybody the same 25 papers. So it's up to you to decipher why, where, when. So you might get a thing that says, hey, you're audited because the social's not correct, or the number's not correct, or off. A miscalculation. But it's not necessarily any of those things. It could just be the fact that you need to call in, give these people your ID, give these people your social, send in some birth certificates. And it's that simple.
And then 2 weeks they'll release your funds. Because I did have a client actually that it was just as simple. They sent, same thing she just said. Send her a letter saying something completely different.
It's just general information.
Kept trying to call. Said, you know what? You're not having any luck. Call. Make an appointment to go to the IRS office. Take everything I gave you. Take all of your documents. Literally, all she had to do was show them her ID, and in 2 weeks, she got her refund.
Oh, that's it?
People just don't want to. When people start getting those letters and stuff, it's like intimidating, and you're like,
I was going to say, I think it's scary. They just sent me
35 pages. I don't know what's going on. And it could be something so simple. But I can tell you the last couple years, especially with the stimulus and the child tax credits and all of these extra amounts that they were giving people, they were really cracking down on the food stamps and the Medicaid and who really has these children.
I got you.
And it's not.
Did you get a lot of those? Because remember when people used to like pretend, or they used to claim other people's kids back in the day?
I don't know. If people do that. I don't know.
Well, we're not naming
documentation.
Whatever. I used to know people be like, man, this bitch ain't gonna let me claim her kids.
I don't recommend it.
No, of course not.
Or whatever. I don't recommend it because I not even ask if I know for a fact like your mom is going to claim the kids because you don't work all year. I'm going to be like, okay, well, who has them on, Medicaid or
for sure.
or anything? Because there is a possibility. There is a possibility that you can get.
I like low key wanted to try it one time. I was so scared though because I had this friend. He was like, "Yeah, this girl lets me claim one of her kids every year." Like
we call those child jumpers.
What are they called? What are they called?
Like child jumpers. Every year they come with a different kid. You know, I'm just like,
but you have more kids. Like, but y'all don't ask those types of questions. So Christina, say you know somebody, right, or you know of a person that your regular client, and 1 year he had like 2 daughters, and the next year he only has 1 son. You know what I mean? So you don't really ask like, hey, last year.
I just say like, do you have, this is the person that you're taking care of?
Yeah.
Because if I send off all of this and they come and audit you, like, do you have things to prove
yes,
that this is your your dependent?
Yeah.
And so you definitely have to ask those questions.
For sure. I think that's so cute. What is the I feel like everybody has like their opinion when it comes to taxes, and everybody has the answer to everything, but nobody ever asks like the people that are preparing the taxes. You know what I mean? Well, what are some of the fun, I think it was you that shared a meme the other day on Facebook or something. I wrote that shit down as soon as I saw it. Yeah, okay. I'm telling you, Christina be popping off at the fucking mouth. Yes, she did.
I literally laugh at all of those memes.
No, yes. What's the funniest shit you've ever heard that you were like, bitch, shut your ass up? Okay.
Honestly, I don't know. There's just so many. The
other day,
there's so many.
The other day when it was like about Key, and you're like, and it was the girl on there, and it was like, he's gonna go straight to jail. And it was like all these like promises.
Oh my goodness.
They're making so many this
It's
year.
like instead of crossing your arms, you're gonna have to put them behind your back.
Yeah. So have you guys had those people that were, listen, because I flipped out when I got my tax return last year. I'm not gonna lie, that's the least I've ever received in my life. You know what I mean? But I will say, God damn it, the public affairs saved my life. I'll tell you that right now. It helped me lose weight. It got me eating right and shit. I had no idea that bitch was gonna get me just a little bit more money on my taxes too. Okay. Did you guys ever get those people though that just kind of flipped out on you where they were like, no, I always get this much back and you're doing something wrong? You know what I mean? And what do you do? Like, how do you handle that?
I don't get those. I've been doing this 5 years already.
Okay.
So most of my clients have been with me from the jump, so they know, and then they can, like I said, if you want to go and take it and do your own math and do your own stuff, that's fine. I can tell you that those softwares are accurate if you're doing it right. The reason that most of the time I'm getting something different is because I know as a tax preparer, I've studied, I've done, you know, there's no certification per se, but I do have the proper, I wouldn't say licensing because it's like a P10 number.
Maybe tool.
My company itself, like I actually have a tax firm.
Yeah.
So I did all that. I did the fingerprints. They go through the federal system.
Everything.
It's a big thing.
It's a whole process.
I've done all that. I'm legal.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm looking for. I can look at the numbers and say, hey, this is a deduction that you can qualify for. Hey, this is something that you know, you could take advantage of. Hey, solar panels. Do you have anything like that?
Yeah.
Because people don't realize that's real dope. Residential credits, like all of these things.
You can claim everything.
You can. But if you don't know about it and if you don't know to ask about it, you're not going to look into it.
That's why you have to go to a person, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to go to it. If I buy a cow, I can claim it on the taxes. Hello? Gas. Joe, she was telling me, how much did you spend on gas? I know I saw you with a Patron bottle on that one episode. How much was that shit? I was like, get out of here. Even
you bought the big Patron bottle.
Okay, yes, I did, bitch. The $50 one. Okay. I took David Santabanez to brunch the other day, or a few weeks ago. He was like, you know, you can claim that on your taxes, right? I was like, bro, fuck this. Yeah, it's so great. Jesus, real quick, do you guys have a hard time being taken serious as tax preparers because you wear so many hats, or maybe because you're women, or because you're like,
I can say that I've heard like she does everything.
Okay.
And I do.
Yeah.
And I do. But as far as like taken seriously, not by people that are my clients. I mean, they obviously trust me, because when you're messing with somebody's financial information, that's very important.
Yes.
So I take it very seriously.
Right.
So I don't think that's been hard, but I do think like sometimes I don't look like your average tax professional.
Right.
I don't look like your average bookkeeper.
Okay.
So when you walk into my office, I want you to be comfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
I want you to.
Baby Kalyn was in sweats and chanclas. Yes,
okay.
Like,
come in with 7 kids, let them run around. That's what I'm in business for. And that's what keeps me in business.
Yeah.
So you might come in, I'm going to be in slippers and tights and, hair up. Like
I'm going to come with my wine glass, Kalyn.
Come however you are. So I think that sometimes is like a little bit like, I don't
think I ever get pushback either. I think I feel like I'm what I am is what I am.
For sure.
I mean, I'm professional. I can joke around.
Yeah,
and it goes back. You either like us or you don't.
That's it.
Like I don't do a lot of like advertising. I do like on my social media per se, but like, I don't pass out cards for taxes. I don't go around to business. So every client that I have has been word of mouth.
Gotcha.
This year I actually have added a lot of tax preparers under me.
Oh, good.
And it's word of mouth. It's not, I'm not going out and I'm like, hey, please come do taxes for me. Or, And same thing for her. We're not out here begging people. I'm
there's nothing wrong
literally
with that.
wanting people to, if you have the hustle and you have the drive and you want to make some extra money, come on, join the money team. Like that's what it's about.
The best thing I ever did was go to Tax Empire last year. Okay, TurboTax wasn't finna give me shit. They were like, soon as I put
a lot of people had issues last year with TurboTax.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'll tell you what. As soon as I put the other jobs W2 in there, they were like, nope. I was like, whoa, Kalyn, I'm coming back right now. Fuck that.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I think it's you either like us or you don't.
Yeah,
and like I said, word of mouth is everything. So I'm very blessed to be in a position where I don't have to spend a lot of money on advertising. So shout out to my clients.
Yes.
And thank you for keeping me in business. And
now to clarify though, because so you are Is it you're not are you under Tax Empire, Christina? Or
so we partnered up. The reason a lot of people don't know that this happens is because I push it with my credit repair service.
Yeah, okay.
And that's the agreement that we had from the beginning. So I own the firm.
Yes.
I actually went through, and it just kind of, with everything going on with the IRS and the delays and stuff, it kind of got pushed back, and they don't get in a hurry. So I know she sent in her fingerprints and stuff, and hey, we're trying to make money. Okay. We're trying to do it now.
Like, y'all taking too long.
I own the firm. She is a tax preparer underneath, but she pushes it as CTX, and I'm the Tax Empire. So if you come to her for taxes, you're still going to see the Tax Empire underneath your stuff.
Oh, okay.
But she is a separate entity, and she works for herself.
I love that for you. So. No, but I love that you're not like, no, you have to put the Tax Empire and everything. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. That's kind of, she knew where I stood with it.
Oh,
That's how we met before everything. Because like she said, I did it too late. I was going to be my own firm, do all that. But honestly, I have so much going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Like her, I have my commercial cleaning business.
Yeah.
Which really took off last year.
Good.
And I'm happy the way it is now. I just do what I do.
Girl, my apartment needs some dusting now. Okay. Yes.
And it works. It works for both of us.
For sure.
We've never had any issues.
Yeah.
Anything. The communication's always open. So.
Is this your first year you're going to be doing taxes, Christina, or would you?
No, this is my second year.
This is your second year. Yeah. Okay, got you. Goodness, I think that's so great. Okay, so listen, it's tax season right now. Okay, we can go to the Tax Empire. We can go to Christina. Now, Christina,
and we're actually together because I closed down the Waco Drive location.
Yes.
She has her CTX building here and it's unoccupied because she's going back and forth to Dallas. So I was like, hey, let me actually come into your building so there's live bodies. And we just partnered up that way and it just works. So
I love that you queens got together and just did some boss shit. And you know what? I don't think, you guys only knew of each other just a year and a half. I mean, like, I think when I had you on the show, you probably didn't know each other.
It was actually probably like a couple weeks before tax season last year.
Yeah.
Maybe about a year now.
Listen, ladies, gentlemen too, as bosses, y'all take some notes. You guys can partner up with these people. We can get together and we can build fucking empires. You know what I mean? Like we can all win together. And that's what I really love. And that's why I loved having you two ladies on the show, because you guys are both juggernauts in your own right. You guys, I mean, Christina, girl, when you came on the show last year and you were talking about the credit repair service, which we all fucking hear. Okay. And then even when I had you on with your business, I just have always admired the both of you guys so much. And when I found out, when Kalyn told me that you guys had partnered, I was like, holy shit, there are going to be a force to be freaking reckoned with, and I'm just really
and a lot
proud
of people don't know. A lot of people don't know because it's not something that we just walk around and advertise. But and that kind of goes back. I was put on a couple years ago. She's became one of my really good friends, Paula in Houston. Shout out to her, because if it wasn't for her, there would be no Tax Empire. She kind of brought me out of a really dark place at that time and was like, you need to do something with your life. And I was like, you know what? I don't know. So she put that same type of seed in me. And it grew. So like that's what I'm about.
That's what's up.
I'm planting.
Well, God, listen, ladies, I'm so proud of both of you. Now, before we go, I definitely want to talk about your individual endeavors outside of the tax preparing. So you still have the credit repair service, correct? And the cleaning. How's everything going with that? Can we still contact you? Or?
Sure, yeah. Everybody can find me on social media. The commercial cleaning is in Dallas, but credit repair is here out of Waco, Texas, which we service all of Texas. At CTX Credit on Instagram, at CTX Credit Repair on Facebook.
Has business been going good for you here in Waco? Because I think I saw you talking.
It's been pretty tough, but you know, I'm kind of like, you know, how Kalyn was saying, I'm the type that I'm gonna keep pushing.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give up on the first.
Yes.
Or the second. So, I'm very, very thankful for those who have supported CTX.
Yes.
Here in the Waco, I host the Waco Small Business Summer Expo.
Yes. I went to your expo.
Yes.
Now the summer one, I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating my ass off. Okay, it was. I missed the winter one because I had to come record. I was so upset. Yes, I was gonna come though. Yeah.
You know, those community events, I love having them.
Yes.
I get so much feedback from people. I like meeting new business owners.
Yeah.
So it's been going good.
And then you also put on with Vera, right? Because Vera was on the show.
Yes,
and you guys put on the women's empowerment.
She's the founder of that.
Oh,
so,
okay.
She, you know, at the beginning, we just kind of, I just gave her ideas, but
she
takes off and she does
what
she does. And those are really good events to be a part
for
of.
real. For real. I've seen some of the guests that you guys are gonna have this time, and I'm like really excited. Listen, I'm not a woman and I'm not about empowerment. I'm just a slut, but I would love to come because I love brunch. Okay. Yeah, so big shout out to you. And so then we still have Dollhouse going on.
Yes.
Or do we have a special announcement that's going on with Dollhouse? Can we talk about it, please? Yes.
Yeah, we can. So Dollhouse, yes, we are still fully functional. We are going through a rebranding. So I feel like we have kind of grown.
Okay.
It's not just about body contouring anymore. We do so much more. And a lot of people are unaware of that just because of the name itself.
Yes.
And so I've been for the past 6 months just kind of on the fence because Dollhouse does hold such a very special place in my heart.
Oh, yeah.
I know that sometimes Dollhouse aesthetics isn't all we do.
Okay.
I feel like there are so much talent in the building that I'm almost discrediting everybody that's there by it just being body contour centered. Yeah. So we are rebranding. We have a new name.
Can we say it?
Yes. So we are rebranding. We will be called the Society Salon and Spa.
Yes.
So it's exciting. It's a good change for us.
For sure.
Society is something that is really just hits home for me.
Okay, I got you.
I believe it's a lot of like-minded individuals that come together for the greater good and the same cause.
Yeah.
And that's what we are. We have built a society. It's us. It's who we are.
I feel you.
So I think the society is going
so I can come and get beautiful while Christina's doing my taxes and fixing my fucking credit, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Yes. Christina, thank God my credit's good.
So shout out to everyone at the shop. We have, so many different people that do so many, and we've added so many new girls and stuff. So I just could not be where I am without all of them because they keep things floating.
I love it. You listen, you both have been as long as I've known you, Kalyn, you have always pushed the girls at your shop. You've always been a very good support for me, even with the things that I deal with behind the scenes, like the ridicule and stuff like that. I know that I can always call you and you're always going to lift my spirits back up. Christina, girl, I'm just so proud of you. First of all, thank you for coming back on such short notice. Okay, no, I was so happy. Yes, so happy to find you. Drove in from Dallas, correct? Yes. Just to be here, and I truly appreciate you, girl. I owe you. Okay, I owe you. And I just, is there anything else that you guys want to say before we head out for the night, or any shout outs or anything like that?
We will be having, I'll kind of let Christina touch base. We will be having an event pretty soon. So we would love to have everybody come out. And as always, if you need help with your, difficult tax situations or you're just unsure about something, give us a call. So the Tax Empire number is 254-451-9222. We have plenty of girls. There is somebody always willing to answer the phone. Like I said, I added like 10 girls this year. So everybody's
a few girls in Dallas too.
Oh, bet. Okay.
And it doesn't matter where you're at. Whoever is watching this podcast, it doesn't matter if you're in a different state.
Yeah.
We do taxes
you guys can do it for everybody. So Christina, with it's the expo that you guys are putting on, correct?
It's gonna be like a kind of like an opening, I guess. Like
I got you.
For tax services.
Yeah.
So we'll have fun stuff for the family.
Giveaways
for February 4th. We'll make the official announcement on Facebook.
I'm gonna be there. Yeah. Y'all know I'm gonna be there.
Lots of giveaways. We're even gonna probably give away some credit repair, and I can tell y'all, like, Christina is literally the truth when it comes to credit repair.
Oh, girl.
She has done so much for me. I'm very grateful because I started with her, and that's kind of how we met too. From that.
The credit repair.
So she's great at what she does.
She said there was that too.
She's who I trust.
I don't put my clients' business
but I'm an open book.
Oh yeah, Kalyn will tell you.
Okay?
Yeah. Listen,
bad credit and all.
Yeah.
All of us go through it, and I'm happy that you said, like, somebody called me rich the other day. I was like, bitch, have you seen my credit card statement? That hoe is screaming. I've never been.
Will tell me, ma'am, you need to stop spending.
Okay. I don't know. The other day we were playing Fortnite, and I told Maro, I can't buy the battle pass. It's $8. He was like, nigga, it's $8. I was like, I don't have $8 right now. I just gave you a fucking soccer team. You know how expensive goals are, bitch? I was like, fuck, and balls. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But my new thing is, it's for the children.
Yeah, it's for the children. And that's why this event, it's going to be a family event.
Okay.
But you can come out, get free quotes.
Yes.
Get your taxes done same day. We do offer advances, same day advances.
Oh.
So you can do up to $1,000 at no extra expense to you. Yeah. Or you could do up to $6,000, and there is obviously a charge. But this is a way to help you out.
When you make the flyer, please send it to me so I can help promote.
Doing free credit consultations.
Yeah, free credit consultations.
Sweet. Okay.
Giving away stuff for the salon. We're probably going to reach out to some other people and see you know, who else wants to be involved, but there's going to be plenty.
Let me see what I can scrounge up so I can donate. And listen, I'm just so proud of both of you guys. Thank you so much again for coming on to The Public Affair. The conversation that we had in the first half of the episode, I'm really happy that we got to have that. And again, let's leave on a positive note. If you guys have an issue with Christina, Kalyn, or myself, y'all, it ain't no damn beat. It really isn't. Like, hit us up. All right. All right. Well, listen, ladies, thank you guys again so much for coming on to The Public Affair. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tax season is here, so make sure you hit up Christina and Kalyn. Get those taxes prepared. Don't go do it. Please listen to me. I know y'all don't be fucking listening to me, especially when I tell you to wear condoms in bed. Y'all don't fucking listen to me, end up pregnant. All right. You guys go hit them up, especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a first-time entrepreneur, first-year business owner, sole proprietorship person. I don't know the term for that.
Or if you're even trying to get to that level, and maybe you're just starting out and you're wanting to create an LLC. Call me. I got you.
Absolutely. Okay, please. Yes. Okay. Yes. Listen, you guys, do it. I promise. Thank you guys again so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe before we go. I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair, which I didn't know I can claim on my taxes too. I also want to give a shout I'm going to give a shout out to Jay. I'm going to give a shout out to Jay Pedo and Poke with Junior Fuentes and Thomas Roberts and the entire family. I have my order put in right now. I'm going to go pick it up for some dinner. They provide delicious savories, Japanese crepes, and Pokeballs. I touch myself when I talk about the business because they're all hot. They also have handcrafted Thai bread with ice cream for dessert. You could choose from the menu or create your own like I like to do because I like to be in control, darling. Locations on University Parks Drive and Hewitt Drive, or you can order online at jpedaltx.com. Christina, go get you some before you go home, girl, okay? Okay, I don't know if they're in Dallas, all right? Jay Pedo and Poke, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Pollo Box and Audio, my boy Jeffrey Monreal, home for all your LED needs and auto accessories, installation, stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures. There's so much more. He put that dark tint in my car, girl.
No case.
Christina's, she shook her head. Your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. All I'm going to say is that there's music in my car. We made music. It was beautiful. Okay. The Pollo Box. I'm talking. Yeah, girl, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Okay, listen, Pollo Box and Audio, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Oh, my God. To my boy, Junior Banda, who I just have to give an extra special shout out to. Events took place currently that really solidified his relationship with me, and I know that guy's got my back, and I just want to tell you I love you, bro. Thank you so much. He provides the best michelada and botana plates for yourself or for a party with a menu of a ton of different items, including botana, bols, chamois, pickles, and more. Oh, my goodness, love licking it off my fingers. He's locally operated, so make sure you get the best and not the rest. Follow on Facebook and Instagram at Fatboy Michelada y Botana. My boy Junior Banda is out there killing it. I'm always rooting for you, Junior. Thank you so much for all you do for me and The Public Affair. He's done so much for me behind the scenes. Truly appreciate him. Of course, to my girl Sonia Childers with Sonia's Event Planning and Rental. She's an event planner that specializes in weddings, quinceañeras, baby showers, corporate events, and so much more. She's appointments only, so make sure you take the stress of planning your event off your shoulders. With Sonia Childers, reach out to her for a consultation at Childers1994 at yahoo.com or call the number on the screen. My girl Sonia, you guys want to talk about businesswoman? Miss Sonia Childers, all right? She crosses all her T's and dots all her I's. I love that woman. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, the top RV salesman, Mr. Colton Grimm. Colton is the top salesman in his office at Funtown RV and available anytime to put you and your family into the camper that you always wanted for that dream vacation or anything, darling. Fifth wheels, travel trailers, and so much more. Colton doesn't rest until you're absolutely happy. Super genuine, super dedicated. Contact him with the number on the screen to set up an appointment and look today for your next trailer. Thank you so much to Colton Grimm for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Thank you guys again so much for tuning into this episode. I've got more of The Public Affair on the way. Christina, Kalyn, I love you ladies so much. Thank you guys so much for all you do for me and all your support. Truly appreciate it. And don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.